How to practice healthy boundaries with style is what we're discussing tonight. First, what are boundaries? Boundaries are the unwritten contracts that we have with ourselves and the people in our lives. And the way we convey these contracts is through our communication. And communication is often nonverbal. You probably have heard of the saying that you have to teach people how to treat you. How do you do that? With your own example. For example, if you have been feeling like people over abuse your time, or they take too much of your time, or they don't treat you with respect, think about the way you communicate with other people and the way you value their time. For example, if you're the type of person that is late often, or you don't communicate your needs clearly, or if you don't put yourself in the position of the other person, well, it makes sense if you are receiving the same, right? The way we communicate with other people, it's so intertwined with the way we communicate with ourselves. So for you to receive the respect that you deserve, you have to make sure that you're also respecting yourself and your own time. The reason this is so important is because, as I say in all of my videos, transformation starts with you. When you show up as a confident person, when you show up as a person who respects your own time, this is the energy that you are projecting. Would you agree that you can feel when somebody respects themselves? You can feel when somebody is confident in themselves, and you can also feel when somebody is too good. What does it mean to be too good? It means that you're always the good girl. You're always the kind of girl that says yes even when you want to say no. In my work, you can be bad. And what does it mean to be bad? It means to be both audacious and daring. And there is nothing bad with being bad. Why? Because you as a woman have to learn how to communicate your needs clearly, with compassion. These two things can coexist, and with healthy assertiveness. And when you do that, you see that the people in your life are going to begin to respect you. And another thing that I want to say in this video is that sometimes people don't know that they're overcrossing your boundaries. Unless you communicate, like I said earlier, unless you indicate very clearly how much time can you give to people, unless you communicate when are you available for certain activities, unless you communicate when in your week you're taking time for yourself, if you are a mom, or if you have family, or if you have a partner. Regardless of your situation, you have to learn how to communicate, and how to communicate from a place of kindness, and from a place of compassion, and from a place of honoring other people's boundaries. And this is exactly how you are practicing boundaries with style. When you feel confident in yourself enough to say yes, full yes when you want to say yes, and to say no when you want to say no. And remember, no is a complete sentence. Of course, in real life, saying no without providing any further explanation may sound rude, right? And we don't want to sound rude. We want to sound kind and friendly, right? So you can always give a reason. You can say, hey, this time when I said I am committing to this activity, I didn't know that I'll have another project to work on. Is there another way to support you? See, you indicate a healthy boundary that you're no longer available for this thing that you promised. And then you also want to learn how to support this person in another way. So you indicate your boundary, and you also practice empathy. You also practice willingness to move from your own map to the map of the other person. And as I said a little bit earlier in this video, energy is so powerful. That's why some people draw people in, because they radiate self-respect and confidence. And this is so important, because when you radiate style, In other words, when you radiate your authenticity, if you remember what I talked about in my other video on my YouTube channel, Learn About Coaching, how to dress for success, this is exactly what I talked about. That the more authentic you are, the more you are going to step in the spotlight without needing to hide in the corner, without needing to hide behind other people. And this is a very good boundary to say, this is me, I belong here, I deserve to be here. And another way to communicate this boundary with style is to know that if someone is malicious, if someone is borderline rude, if someone is not respecting you, you have full right to move on. Right? You don't need anyone's permission to be fabulous. You don't need anyone's permission to play full out. The reason I'm saying this is because I know that a lot of people struggle with this self-doubt to play full out. They require someone else's permission to play full out. And I'm here to tell you that it's your divine birthright to be amazing, to feel great, to feel fabulous. And if you're constantly depleted, if you're constantly deprived of your own nourishment, how could you give to other people, right? You cannot give from an empty cup. And the glass is always half full as long as you keep pouring, right? Yes. So this is my pitch for you, to keep pouring, and to keep pouring from a place of abundance, from a place of joy, from a place of self-respect. The more you respect yourself, the more people are going to respect you. Respect is not to be demanded, it's to be earned. And how do you earn respect? Is when you show up as a person who respects yourself. Awesome. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Follow me on my social media, Voda Coaching, and remember, you totally deserve to have healthy boundaries. Talk to you soon.